going to run is drop back pass action. Our verticals are called Hawaii. All right, because once we get through A sweeps, B's power O, C's Clemson, D's ISO, F is our spacing routes, Florida, H is Hawaii, that's our vertical. So Hawaii for us is this, you know, rainbow. Okay, so they're going rainbows, Hawaii, Oahu, Kauai, you know, any name has to do with Hawaii, you know. So they do that, we're running verticals, okay? It's basically what stretches the field and it moves the defense back. It's the big home run stuff, all right? It's big plays. We have big plays off of this. What moves those secondary back. These verticals are really the reason when you see everybody lined up at 12 yards, okay? So I'm a run kind of football team, but people are lining up that deep. And if you watch the film and you ask questions about, you know, did they do this, do they do that, and they just don't. You can watch the film, see all those clips, and you don't see blitzes and you don't see guys coming up tight and running off the edge. If they do, we get big plays from our combos. But this is the play that gets us deep action. Okay, we run our verticals, and we run it. Our receivers attack it says attacking the inside shoulder, attack the outside shoulder. And what we do is we're going to run our verticals. So let's say we're throwing 4 verticals. When we run 4 verticals, we have a rule that we tell our players. We say if you're deep, okay, if they're deep, we creep. If you're even, we're leaving, okay? And so what that means is that little acronym, a little rhyme gets in their head. So I tell you, if our secondary guys drop back, we're going to make a decision at 10 yards. So we're going to run our vertical read, okay? We're going to come up on whoever is covering us, okay? And if they're deep, we're going to throw our hand up. We're going to sit down at 14 yards. And we'll come back to 12. Now, if I have really fast guys, I might go 16 back to 14. Because the deeper I can do it, the more I'm off those wall linebackers, okay? But usually we're going to 14 coming back to 12, all right? And so what we do is, this is the rule. If they're even, we're leaving. If they're deep, we creep, okay? The read technique, you know, we can get to 16, come back to 14, or go 14 back to 16. But we got to make a decision at 8 to 10 yards what we're going to do. All right, so if I outside release, all right, and I get to 10, and he's bailing, I'm going to go to 14, I throw my hand up, and I come back down the stem kind of to the outside if I'm the outside receiver. If I'm the inside receiver and I come and they're going deep, okay, and they bail back, I'm going to throw my hand up, and I'm going to come back. Why do we throw our hand up? Let the quarterback know I'm not running through, so I get no pick. All right, and you say, well, he can't see it. He sees it every time. When I run all these reps, you will see how he sees it. All right? Now, if we get walled by the inside linebacker, so let's say our inside slots are running vertical, and the backer comes up to wall them, we're going to bend it. Now, a lot of guys have a bend built in. I'm like, why would I do that if I don't get walled? You know, does that make sense? So if I'm not getting walled, I'm not going to bend. Because if I don't get walled, that means I got no backer underneath me. So I'm going straight on that half safety. And if that half safety just sits there, I'm running by him. If he bails up, I'm going to sit down at 14. I got no backer in my vision of my quarterback. However, if the backer's walling me, I better bend it and get inside him, or he's going to throw a pick. So that's our rule. So that's how we're going to run our verticals. All right? Landmarks. Our inside receivers are on the hash if we're in the middle of the field. Outside receivers are on the outside of the numbers, and we want to get no closer than 4 yards to the sideline, because I want him to have a little room so if he throws my outside shoulder, he can pull me out if I get the defender, you know, that I'm on top of the defender. All right? So I'm going to kind of go over how we read that, or our outside guys. Okay? Now, so our landmarks are this. Now, this guy should be out here a little bit more if we're in the middle, but we're kind of on the hash. So if we're in the middle of the field, our ball's in the hash, we're going to move 1 yard for every 2 yards that guy is off the hash. So if we're on the ball here, I'm going to put this guy on the outside numbers. We're going to split the difference here. And from here, we're going to move 1 yard for every 2 yards that's off the hash. So he should be about right there. We're going to try to get these guys down the seams. All right, so when we run it, we're going to push the outside numbers, okay, and we're going to read at 16, it says here, or 14, depending upon how it's going to look. So usually we got them on the hash, all right, or we're going to come inside, we're going to drive it, and we're going to read it, and we're going to say, is he deep, we creep, if it's even, we're leaving. So if we have this free safety, he's going to read them. So if he goes over here, he's going to run through. If he backs up, both guys are going to sit down. So if we have one high safety, we're probably going to go with the inside slots. If we have two high safeties, okay, he's going to pick a side, and he's going to read how they drop. That makes sense? All right. Now, usually we'll pick a side to the side we run the zone track in, and I'm going to kind of go over how our protection goes. All right. So this is just kind of how it looks here. All right. Now, we're going to take a look at this. So we're in doubles. So we're going to split the difference. Okay. So we're on the hash. So we want to make sure that if we're on the hash, we're going to be 4 yards inside the numbers. Okay. So we're going to get vertical. Okay. If he jumps it, this guy left, right? So he throw his hand up. See it? Throws his hand up. He's getting walled. He should be bending. See it? He's bending. All right. Outside up here, he runs the vertical. His hand's up, right? Because look at that. So why would I want, you could throw back shoulder on it, but I'd rather just sit him down. And then we get this. Okay, so with our verticals, that's how we're going to read it. Okay, and so what I do when we start drilling it, I'll go first, everybody's sitting down. Because I don't let them decide until I get it right. So we'll run verticals and we'll put the hand up and we'll work it. We'll sit them down. So when I'm drilling it, okay, when I'm drilling it, I do it like this. We're drilling it. We got two guys over here, two over here, quarterback here. They'll run it and I'll say, throw your hand up. So we'll throw our hand up. I'll have a coach playing this guy. He might come off the edge or he might come inside and he stays vertical. I'll have him wall him and we'll bend it. Okay, we'll bend it. Okay, so that's how we'll read it. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll say everybody runs through. So we'll all run through. No one will throw it up. Okay, and then we'll go and we'll start switching the routes. So we'll start running vertical switch. All right, so if they're going to back up, we're going to do that. Okay, now here's the bend. So if I get a wall player, I'm going to bend it in front of the free safety. All right. These guys here are all going to run vertical. If he walls them, he'll bend it. He won't even go to that safety. All right, unless he's walling them and that guy does not move. He's walling him, he sits on him, he'll run through. If that guy bails out, he'll bend it. And he'll throw his hand up as he bends. Okay, now here you're going to see this guy's going to bend because he's trying to wall him. He gets inside, he's going to bend it inside the free, and that's how we're going to read it, all right? So, protection, all right? Now, when we're going to protection, we have two protections. We have one drop back protection and a sprint out protection. That is it. Now, half of our pass game is off what? Freaking run plays, running combos. But if we don't, if I call the combo routes, like I got the combo routes, I have like 11 combo routes, all right? So if I call them, that's all our NFL teams. If you didn't hear me before, it's okay. But, Atlanta's are out, go, and Dallas's are out, dig, and all that. I can tag those to our run plays. But if I want to just call them, I'm going to run one drop back protection. I don't know about you guys, but I can't, I listen to these other college guys. They got like 19 freaking things they do, all right? I can only get to one protection, a sprint out protection, a drop back protection. I'm going to throw the ball off my runs. All right, so this is what we do. Our protection is this. Our tailback is going to call the protection. And I know that's foreign. I don't know if everybody goes, what do you, and I had a couple of coaches that I talked to that thought that was interesting because what is the tailback? He is the inserter. We're going to man one side and we're going to zone the other side. So when you're on the man side, the tailback is the inserter on the man side. So if he goes lion, 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 that's left. That's the man side, and the zone side is away from it. So the line doesn't have to figure it out. You don't have to have a lineman up here like the center looking around. I want to go fast, man. I don't want them linemen to have to worry about anything. And the tailback can do it. And say, well, our tailback's not, you know, the smartest tack in the box. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, nobody's tailback is the smartest tack in the box. All right, but he's got to know where to go anyway. Okay, he's got to know where to insert, so he might as well call it. If he goes the wrong way, at least we got him going in the right direction, so he can make the call. So we're going to call it ran a lion. All right, we're going to man one side, zone away. All right, now what we do is this. If we call against 4 down teams, and we could change this, we don't have to do this. He is going to call it away. He's going to call it to the, you know, away from the protector. I like him to call it to the nose if he can find him. If he can't find him, we'll just go the other way. We're fine with it. But if we do, we're going to play man. We're going to foot to foot here. We're going to pass set on here. These 2 guys are going to take those 2. We're going to set. If he comes inside, he takes him. He's going to look for him. If they come, he'll. If this backer doesn't come when he sets, he'll help the nose, punching him like this. So he'll go like, he'll set like this, punch him, read that backer. If he doesn't come, he'll stay, help on the nose. All right? These guys will pass set him. All right? Tailback's released. He will run the zone fake that way. All right? So if it's 4 down, he'll line up away and run to the side of the call. So our quarterback can ride. Everyone can be a play action. And I tell him, you can ride it or not. If you don't ride it, I don't care. If you want to ride it, I can get those backers to step up so in my verticals, I don't have them in my way, okay? So I can ride that thing. So when we ride it, you know, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, I had a youth thing when I was doing all quarterback fundamentals. I don't know about you, but everybody's got a personal quarterback coach, all right? Now, last I knew, of every personal quarterback coach I knew, they didn't coach a dang team. Like, how is this guy getting $100 an hour and you don't coach a freaking team? All right? It's a treasury of drills. And they don't do anything you do. So these dudes go to these quarterback coaches, and I got to break their habits when they get to me because I don't need this. If I'm going to throw an RPO, why would I want to do this? This is what those guys are going to teach him. I'm like, freaking, it's over. You know, it's catch, boom, and throw. All right? Now I'm going to ride this inside zone like this. Boom, I'm going to ride it. Bang, I'm just going to push back, get tall, get my toe in the ground, and I'm throwing it. There's no drop, step, nothing. I'm going to ride it and push back. Now, if I don't ride it, he'll go, we'll take a 3-step drop, or I'll have him drop, step, and come tall. You're already 5 yards deep, okay? So all that stuff, and if you watch the college teams, they ain't doing it either, okay? So I'm going to ride him, step back, and throw it. So I'm going to ride him here, and I'm going to keep my feet moving, and I'm going to get tall, I'm going to throw it. Okay, I don't have to take a perfect crossover, staying tall. You don't need to do that. Because the biggest thing is you need to ride the play fake so that the backers are not in the way. All right, so they're playing run. All right, now, if it's 3 down, we're going to slide and dive. How many times do we run zone? A lot. How many times do we slide and dive? A lot. So we're going to slide and dive. He's going to ride them. Boom, press back, get tall. He's going to say this when we're on 50 team. He's going to slide and dive, and he's going to go to the side of the call. So he's going ram, 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 which means right. So we're yelling out the plays and everything, and the tailback's telling the O-line, because what's the O-line do? They hear Hawaii, it's drop back pass. Which way am I going? They listen to the tailback. You know, ram, 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 and they all repeat it. They just want to know which side. So we're manning this. So in this 50, this Okie defense, this is a pain in the ass if you don't, because how do you block? You know, there's 7 in the box if they walk that backer up there. So what we do is we just fan it, slide and dive on the backer, take the nose by itself, we'll set on the backer, he drops, he takes this guy if he's coming off the corner. If this guy's out of here, he tells him. If he sees he's a threat, he says to him, alert, alert, and so he'll set and then come out the back door. So we have everybody blocked, okay? Because this is a problem on a drop back protection. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, in that case, if he calls ram, is the quarterback looking to the right first?
He ain't looking at nothing. He's looking downfield. So all he's doing is this. He might ride him while he looks downfield, and the quarterback and the tailback, he ain't taking that ball. He's just going to slide and dive and just go looking at the backer. All right, so there's no taking the ball or nothing. All he's doing is it's a flash fake, proximity fake. Doesn't have to be like, look that good, okay? All right, so, all right, 3-3 protection. We do 3-3, all right? These two have these two have these two, and he is going to take this man. If he comes here and comes off the edge, he's just going to block him. Does that make sense? So the 3-3 stack, you got 6 guys. A lot of times, he'll run off the edge. So basically, he has the outside stack backer. He's going to lock onto him. These two have these two, and these two have those two. That makes sense? And that's how we're going to do it. Ram and lion, okay? Backer go, right? I see this in the 3-3 a lot. They come off, he just blocks him. We got them all blocked, all right? Because, hey, you're going to have, the verticals now, there's no real hot read on it. You're going to have to get rid of it. If they come on the edge, you got to get them blocked, all right? So if they're going to bring 7, you got to be ready. If this guy ever walks, when he releases, he's just going to look real quick. So if any of these players come, they just got to turn and look real fast, like it's almost like a bend. Okay, now we got motion. We'll run motion to everything. Doesn't matter. So if we motion, okay, we want to make sure that we'll run verticals and we will bring him on an arrow. So we could run the verticals, 3 verticals, put him in motion, run him on an arrow. Kind of looks like jet. The only thing is we tried to make it look like jet where we rode him, and it didn't work too good. So he knows in the verticals we're going to snap as soon as he clears the quarterback. But you know what happens? They still play jet. Guy's still coming down because they're not really sure. They can't decide to do it like, oh, back up again. So they're coming down pretty good, so we run that. Does that make sense? All right, so we're going to do that with motion. Sniffer. When we have a sniffer, okay, the sniffer calls the ram and lion. And the tailback is out. Okay? So that's a big issue because it's different than how we run it with, in 2x2 or 3x1 or a pro set. So now he becomes the inserter. Now what the tailback does, he knows that wherever side he's lined up to, that he has to call the play. So he's got to align away, he's got to align to the 2 receiver side. Because when we run verticals, we have to have 2 receivers here and 2 receivers there, all right, if we're with a sniffer set. That make sense? So the sniffer has to line to where the 2 receivers are. He's got to line away from the tailback, all right? So we figure that out pretty easy. And so now what we're going to do is if we called the verticals, we call Hawaii, we'd run these verticals. If he walled them, he'd read it. Now the tailback is down the seam. Now that's a problem. They can't find that guy. And usually our tailback can run. So now your tailback is in your vertical game. All right, now we can run it out of pro set, motion them, we run the verticals thing. And now this is what we did with the tailback, okay? Little something we did was this guy was never coming, so we said, okay, we're going to check release. So his responsibility is this guy, so he just sits there, and if he doesn't come, he's going to run right down the vertical, and he's going to stack that tight end. Because what's going to happen? He's way behind a tight end, so you have him stacked at pretty good spacing. And heck, there's nobody on him. All right? So if I have a tight end set, if we have motion with a tight end, I tell him, check release. If the backer comes, you've got to stay in and take him. If he drops, run the vertical. So we'll do that. Okay, and looser, which for us is just deuces or ace or whatever, 2x2s. Okay, you can slide and dive. We'll slide and dive. We'll call it ram and lion. We're going to read the whole thing. If they're deep, we creep. If they're even, we're leaving. Okay, so here, this was on our state semifinal game. If you guys watched before, right now it's this is 3rd down with 21 seconds left in the game. Okay, we're down 3. All right, so we run the verticals. Tailback's calling it. He runs that. I don't know why he's doing that. He bends it. We get this. And we get it down to 31. We score the next play. Win the game with 10 seconds. Okay? If he doesn't bend it, we're screwed. Okay? Even though he's trying to wall him, he just comes up inside him. But see, there's the backer. When he sits there, see? Because he's looking for that tailback, even though it was fake. All right? They're still going to be on our tailback. So even though it wasn't that great a fake, all right, even that action there holds him so he can bend to here under that half safety right there. Okay, now here we go, that one before, we're reading it, hand up, wall bend, hand up because he's driving, everybody sits, he could have thrown to all four of them, correct? I mean, he could have thrown all four of those guys. Okay, now, in red here. Okay, we'll go this all right, this is in red. This is the tight end running the seam. Okay, so he's going to run the seam. If we get any kind of slide and dive or cross fake here and he rides them, even that pulls the backer. Okay, and it's he doesn't even make a fake, but the action of the tailback will pull the backer up. Okay, so that's going to the tight end. Come on. All right. Here we go here. He's going to release. He's going to release. He throws back shoulder, all right? Because he couldn't bend because he was high off him. All right, so if this is what he looks at. If we run, Coach, come up. If we're running and they're on top of us and they're reading us, okay, and he starts to run and he's high on my shoulder as I'm running, my quarterback's going to throw to his ear. So he's going to throw it back shoulder right here. If I get on top of him, turn this, you're running with me like this, Coach, and I get on top of him, I'm throwing out here. And I'm going to throw it away from him so he pulls me outside. So if he's on top, we throw here, back shoulder. If he's high, we throw outside shoulder to here. And we just rep that up. Thanks, Coach. Okay? So if they get tight to us and they're running like that, he's going to read the back shoulder. So here, he's going to pick a side. He's got to either go this side or he's got to go that side. Okay? So on this one here, I don't think we were sliding and diving too good. But he's going to read that back shoulder ear, and that's how he gets it run. Okay, now we got motion. So we can rip it or we can liz it. Okay, either way. When we do that, okay, he runs to the sideline, and he's our safety valve, and then they're just going to read the route. Okay, so when we're under center, we looked at it this way. We motioned him. He ran down the sideline. He ran down there. We faked it. And that's how we got people off us on our jet sweep. So if you're under center team, that's a pretty good thing to do. Okay, we did it. I'm just going to put some of the under center stuff real quick because you can run it either way. It's the same concept. Okay, tight end down on the goal line. We're going to motion. We usually had our tailback go away and block on. Just like the same concept, he's the inserter through the tight end. Okay, we're going to read it here. So we're going to the tight end side. He's going to throw his hand up. He's going to wheel down the numbers. He's going to get down. He's going to read this player right here. Throws his hand up. He knows he's sitting down. And that's how we can read it. Now, we've been doing that for a long time. Now, in the gun, we're going to do the slide and dive, or he's going to read them and come out the back end on the motion away. Okay, so here, I'll do that one. Okay. If we have two back, we're going to bring him. We're going to bring this guy down the seam. I just want to show this because he's going to read it. He gets deep. He throws it up. He just sits on the sideline, and that's how we're going to read the play. Okay, here it is. Guys, if you ever, you guys play anybody with robber coverage? Okay, if you got robber, okay, where are they going to rob? So we get two backs in the backfield with a tight end. They're going to rob. I bring this guy a little wider. They're going to rob the two receiver side, correct? So who's responsible for that back? Linebacker, right? Okay, because the corner is going to take the tight end. The free safety's robbing, okay, the vertical, and he's running vertical, so this guy's responsible for him. I want to do that every time. So I got that. He can't cover him. So the second I see robber coverage, we go two backs with a tight end, run them down the seam. Okay? Here it is. Do the same game. Do the same thing. All right? I think they'd figure it out. So when he runs out here, he's taking him. He just puts him here, and that's how you beat robber. At least that's what we do. Okay, switch it. So we can switch the routes. That's what we do the most. Because what do we do mostly when we run jet sweep? We crack stock it, right? So we're going to crack stock so it looks like a switch route. So when we switch it, we're going to switch the route. So the outside guy is going to go inside up the hash, and the inside guy is going to wheel. And when we tell him to wheel, we want him to go through his feet and then read it. Now, when you're wheeling, you can't go to 16 yards. If you go to 16 yards, the guy's going to be sacked before you even turn around. So we tell him we go 8 to 10. So when you're wheeling, that's how long it takes for him to go down the seam from 16 to 14. If you wheel it and you time it, it's the exact same thing when you go 8 yards to 10. Now, at 8 yards, if nobody's on you, because what happens is the corner jumps the outside receiver, and he's wheeling, and there's like a back chasing you, he just keeps running. Okay? If there's a guy on him and he's deep, he creeps. All right? So that's what we're going to do. So it's just basically, this is just running those wheel routes. So the inside guy goes here, and he's going to wheel. All right? So that's the switch route. So now when we do it, we make it look like it's a crack. So I tell him to come down, just like you're going to crack the safety. Just look right at him and bang, go vertically up the hash, and then read whoever's there. If there's nobody there, keep going. If he's deep, you creep. If you're even with him, you leave him. Okay? Because a lot of times we'll get this. If you have motion, he'll come cranking down, and that vertical's, nobody's there. Okay? And you're going to see it. All right, so here, we're going to do this vertical switch. All right? So now they're going to switch the route. They read it. He bend it because he was getting walled. And we'll go back again. All right? So he's going to switch it. All this stops a lot of different looks. He's deep. He sits it down. And then he's got a two-way go. All right? Here again now. All right. Now, also, this is a bubble breaker, a quick screen breaker. Because what are they going to do to get your quick screen when they're 2 over 2? He's going to drive on him. He's going to drive on this guy. Because what's it look like? Yeah. What is it? I mean, that's like stealing. Okay? So you mix all this stuff up and you do a lot of this stuff fast, people make mistakes. And they all start yelling at each other. This team was 6-0. These guys are pretty good. They had no clue. All right, now I'm going to run that back again because you can see the protection. Okay, 3-3. All right, he has who? He's got the stack backer, right? All right, where the stack backer did? He's coming off the edge. So he just goes right to him. See? We got that thing protected, no problem. Okay? All right, now, here like this. All right, we're going to switch it. It's no motion. He's running, so he throws it because he's got him. Okay? So if he's running with him, keep on running. If you're even, leave him. All right? If you're deep, creep. So they're sitting down, but he's going. All right? Because he's got him on his back. It's a backer. I'll take a backer on my slots any day. All right? He throws to the outside shoulder on that and pulls him out. Okay? Now, redder. Now, redder is a different story. So you got to decide, is your tight end good enough to wheel? If he's not, well, this is the stuff that just breaks games open. But okay, now the tight end, is he good enough to wheel? Because sometimes that guy's not that good, you know. So if he's not, and we switch it, we'll only switch the slot and the wide out, and we'll bring him down the seam and him down the seam. If the tight end can run, we'll switch him too, even if there's no motion. So you'll see it here. He's quick enough. He can go. And what they're doing is they're playing those combo routes, right? They're playing the combo routes, and now you got a vertical switch because they're trying to play those. See? 2 over 2. See, I don't know what he's doing.
How big is he, Coach, that receiver?
Huh? Oh, him? Yeah, he's pretty good. He's 6'3". Yeah. But, you know, when you get it to the big boys, it's... But even that, if no one's on him, like, who cares how big he is? You know, like I could have put anybody in there and they could have done that. All right, here, we're going to run a rip. So we're going to rip him across. We're going to slide, and we're going to sit and read that backer. If that backer doesn't come, he's going to wheel. All right, so here's the motion. So when we motion, we're going to switch it. Okay? He's going to run the arrow. The tailback is going to read this backer. If he doesn't come, we're going to wheel him and stack we're going to stack him. See it? Just like that. Okay? So there's all different ways to run these verticals. So again, we're going to run it this way. I think. Hit the tight end, because I guess the corner is just going to jump that tailback. All right, here. Okay. All right, these guys are playing us man, and they're bumping guys over, and they're trying to bring pressure, and they let our best player go. Like, this is just the stuff you see when you go fast. Okay? And we just run that vertical switch concept. Okay? So, same game. Run it again. Now, here we didn't do it. We slide and dived him. Later in the year, we'd read this guy, and if he didn't come, we'd bring him down the seam. So there's the motion. He's going to run with. We're going to backpedal him so he can see. It's nice to have guys who can do that. Okay, here it is again. So we're going to put him in motion. We're going to vertical switch him. He's going to run down the seam if he doesn't come. Okay, he's just spotting him now. But there's the invert player, and the safety can't get across. Okay? All right, so what they're doing is he's coming down for jet, or wherever the safety is. He's coming across, and I don't know what he's doing because there's the vertical switch, no one on him. So that's how you work the jet off the stock crack. Now, later down the road, that's what we're going to read. So if that guy came down, we just automatically, instead of blocking him, we just run this play. See him come? And that's the half player. He didn't come over to get him. Okay? I know it looks stupid, but this stuff happens. All right, now we got the sniffer. So with the sniffer, he's got to be 2 by 2. So this is the on. He's going to block on. He's going to take this backer. We're going to pass set the back side. We're going to zone this side. We're going to man that side. All right? Here's the motion. So if we have motion, the tailback has to go away from the motion call. Why? Because we have to have 2 by 2, right? So if he's going this way, he's not going out. There's the 2 receivers here to switch. And now these 2 are going to switch. So he's going to come down the seam, and the tailback's going to wheel. I don't know why he didn't do it. But we got the switch route. If he's even, we're leaving. All right, I think it happens over. I think we get it right here. Maybe we get it right on this one. Oh, so now we got motion. He's going to go right down the hash. He's going to wheel. These 2 are going to switch it. Put it to the tailback. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, we tried this, and I'm just going to, and that's basically our I'm just going to give you this thing here. We didn't run this that much, but I'll give it to you. This is Chad Morris's line route, okay? And pretty good route. We ran it like 1 or 2 times. That's all we ran it. But I just put it up here in case you want to know what the concept is. So off their verticals, they're going to ride this tailback, so it's like the tailback power read, okay? They're going to run this guy on a go. They run him on a go route. They're going to run this guy on the bubble. All right? They're going to read that man right there. Okay? So if he doesn't take the bubble, they throw it right now. If he does, they read the corner. If the corner runs, he reads the half player. If the half player comes over to take the go route, he's going to throw here. If he doesn't, he'll throw that go. So basically, they run this guy in a straight line to about 12 yards deep. Okay? So it's sort of like our fade route. Instead of running it that way, they run it this way. So if he comes off the hash to help, and they do it a lot against two deep. So like that two deep thing you were talking to me about, if they're going to go here, they're going to run him across. So if he takes him, that's the hole that's open. Because when he drives for him, that's the theory. Didn't work that great for us. I'm just telling you. Maybe I taught it wrong. All right? On the backside, they're running a deep curl. They ran at 20. I would never do that. We're running like 16 back to 14. And there's the flare. All right? The problem with this is, you know, if they bring a guy off the edge, I don't know who's supposed to block him. So usually we would just zone him, and he'd rip or liz it and we'd man it. So we wouldn't run that flare out there. Because I was scared that if they brought pressure, I couldn't block it. But anyway, that's how they would do it. You could motion and get the guy out there. So we ran it in this one game right here, and our starting tight end broke his leg. So I said, I ain't running that again. But I don't even know how he did it. You can take a look and see if you even think this is a bad injury. But there's the release. So he's going to run the bubble. He's going to ride him across. Okay? And there he is right here. It worked, and he broke his leg on that. Does that look like he even got hurt? You know, it's like one of those weird injuries. So it worked pretty good, but and I was surprised that the backer could even take him. But so he read this, he jumped that, he's running with this. The half player went off, so we threw it to him, and that was a first down. But that's kind of how we run it. Now the last thing we're going to do is we run Hawaii tire. Okay. So we run the verticals. We called it tire. I can't remember why we call it that. Kids came up with it. But we run our verticals, and you see the Broncos do this. Peyton Manning, this is a big play. And I think it was when they lost to the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. The next year when they played them, they beat them with this route at Seattle, I think. So they're going to run two verticals like this, and we're going to go 12 yards. And then when we do it, he's going to run the run the post, and so he's going to run the post, and he's going to run the corner route. So you get them backpedaling so they can't match you because you got too deep, and he's just going to read it. So we'll just call tire, and so we basically switch it. See that? We switch it after they've already gone deeper than the look. So that's a pretty good change up. We did it. All right. Now here, we run the same tire route, only we want to run our counter. Okay? So we're running Oregon. Oregon's our Sally play. So our tackle's going to pull. We read the end man. So if he chases the tackle, he's going to sprint out and throw it. So we're going to run a stick here and a tire route with these two guys. So he fakes it. And so we have deep pass run read. All right? So that's how we do that.